It has been the last couple of days, so I'm okay with having it be this way. And with it being Friday morning, it's time for the first federal program. We've got Hartman joining us this morning.
Thank you, Moose. Welcome. I'm happy to be here today. It is a crisp morning out there, but it's kind of what you expect. It's a week after Thanksgiving sometimes, something like this.
Yeah. Speaking of, we didn't get to see you last week. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was well. I was going to ask you a question today about Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Did you try anything new that you hadn't had before?
We actually did. So that was fun. We did, instead of mashed potatoes at our house, because we have it at my mother-in-law's, we did a cheesy hash brown.
That's nice. That's still kind of traditional Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but it was something new for us. So.
Yeah, I had something new for dessert this year, key lime pie. I mean, I love key lime pie, but it's typically not a Thanksgiving dessert to me. It seems like.
Yeah. We also had s'mores pie.
Well,
I've
sounds
never had that before. So.
Are you still eating leftovers?
No, we're dwindling down finally.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, Thanksgiving's over. Holiday events are gearing up now. We have a couple special guests today. Joyce Sroufe from United Ministries and the Christmas Basket Program. We've got Mark Spencer and Pastor Steve Hartman today from the Salvation Army talking about the Bell leaders.
Okay.
So we're going to have lots of opportunity for community needs that are being met by two great organizations and opportunities for our community to participate in. So
Absolutely.
it's going to be cold Sunday, Saturday.
Yeah. Staying warm today, but temperatures drop over the weekend again.
I think we've talked about this before, but it's kind of going to be even a 3-dog night on Sunday night. 20 degrees.
Yeah.
For all your radio people, 3-dog night, that's a big rock group of the early 70s, 3-dog night. That's what they were named for because it was so cold where they were from in Canada that
Yeah.
you kept 3 dogs to keep them warm.
Yes.
So it's still going to be in the 20s here, so maybe not as bad as it will be later. But
Yeah. We'll probably end up with a 12-dog night eventually.
Trivia today.
Okay.
Salvation Army related.
Oh boy. All right.
The Salvation Army's tradition of collecting donations was began in San Francisco in what year? You want answers or you want to just try to guess?
I'll take some clues.
Okay. 1891, 1901, 1911, 1921. There's 4 choices there, 10 years apart, so.
Yeah. All right. I wouldn't have guessed any of those, so.
Okay. Well,
I'll think about it throughout the show and see how wrong I am at the end.
I can hear our guests talking in the background,
Yes.
so maybe they'll just bring it up here and just volunteer and make it easy for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be paying very, very close attention.
You can also ask a probing question, too.
I could.
So, moving on to sports.
Yes.
Okay. Tanner's manning the scenes today. He did the script, but also had a couple technical difficulties, so
He's being our cameraman.
yeah. It's actually probably good because he's had a lot of great producers. So
Yeah, you can
probably
skim
would've-
through it and not spend half an hour
probably
talking
would've
about
hated the whole
producers.
rest
True.
of the show. But congratulations to the Purdue followers.
Yeah.
They've had an awesome week.
Till tomorrow.
Victory over the Bucket, Indiana, to seal the Big Ten West. 3 nice wins in the Phil Knight Classic. West Virginia, Duke,
Gonzaga and Duke.
Gonzaga and Duke, yes. And then Florida State the other night, top 5 ranking. Some people have them even higher. It's going to be an interesting Indiana-Purdue basketball season, it seems like, because
It is.
both seem to be very good.
Yes.
So, looking forward to that. It's going to be a great college basketball season and going to be a good wind-up for Purdue I shouldn't say wind-up.
It was a good night for the state of Indiana the other night with Notre Dame, Butler, Indiana State,
Yes.
Purdue, Indiana all winning.
And Tanner's talking about good basketball. Indiana, Notre Dame, Purdue, Butler all won in basketball. And I was kind of making the assumption that the wind-up of Purdue's football season, but you never know.
It's over tomorrow.
Now, I think we're going to be in a bowl game, too. We're going to get
Yeah,
a bowl
that's
game, or probably even a New Year's Bowl.
Yeah.
So good luck to the Boilers on Saturday night with the Wolverines. I think it's Wolverines are 16.5-point favorites. 8 o'clock on Fox. Basketball starts up Big Ten season already for college basketball. IU's at Rutgers tomorrow at 4 o'clock on the Big Ten Network, and Purdue's at Minnesota Sunday at 5 o'clock on the Big. That's at home though, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sorry. Purdue's playing Minnesota. Those are always two tough Big Ten starts.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
Minnesota's always tough. Then IU's playing in whatever they call that gym at Rutgers.
Jersey Mike's, I think.
Jersey Mike.
Yeah.
It's a tough place to play.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the smaller gyms. NFL news going on. The Colts still playing at the Cowboys. Pretty big record disparity there for Sunday, but Cowboys are favored by 11. That's a Sunday night game
Mm-hmm.
on NBC. So Colts have had 2 primetime games right in a row here.
Yeah.
I watched the one Monday night, and was not one of the stellar performances.
I did not watch. I listened a little bit, but I ended up turning it off to watch something else on TV. And I get on Facebook, and the game's not even halfway over, and it's just, what are the Colts doing? How can they do this? And I'm like, oh man, I don't even want to watch this now.
So you don't have to watch it. You listen to it on the radio on
You
Sunday
sure
night.
can.
WROI, Giant FM will have it on.
We'll have pregame starting at 7:30. The game will kickoffs right about 8:30, 8:15, and then we'll carry the postgame as well.
It's gonna be a tough game, but you never know.
Yeah,
That's how they play the game, right?
Yes.
Speaking of that, Bears and Packers, 2 teams with losing records. A lot of Bears fans and a lot of Packers fans. Packers are favored by 4. That's Sunday at 1 o'clock on Fox. So also lots of high school activity going on too, because this is prime season for both girls and boys basketball starting up now too.
Mm-hmm.
So get out and support your local team. Basically.
Yes. And you can catch every Rochester Zebra boys and girls basketball game right here on WRY.
Any games on this weekend?
I think we got one tonight and one tomorrow.
Okay, great.
So you'll be able to catch both of those. If you can't get out to the game to support them, you can just download the Giant FM app or listen on your radio.
You guys do a great job with that, supporting local sports, and thank you for that.
Thank you.
If you can't get out to the games, it's cheap entertainment basically. I mean,
Yeah. Randy gets a little excited sometimes.
yeah, Randy does a good job with that.
Randy and Val are a great team, and I'm glad we have them calling sports for us.
Thank you guys for doing it. It's great for the community. Tanner has some tidbits today. You know what $385 bought you in 1927?
A lot. At least a lot more than it can buy now.
First Model A Ford.
Wow.
You bought your first vehicle for $385 in 1927.
All right.
A little bit of Bears history. On this day in 1985, this is when they lost their game in Miami that sealed them not having an undefeated season. And kind of forgot about this. Tanner added this. Head coach Mike Ditka and defensive coordinator Buddy Ryan almost came to blows at halftime in that game.
Oh.
So, I guess they're monsters of the Midway, and they lived up to the reputation, basically. On this day in 1988, ESPN aired its 10,000th edition of SportsCenter, making it the most televised cable program in history at the time.
And it's still going.
I'm sure it continues because they've got SportsCenter on at least 3 times a day,
Mhm.
4 times a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's in kind of luster that's gone off over the years, but
Yeah.
but still, if you want to check out what happened last night and check out a quick score, it's always good for that.
Yes.
On this day in 2003, the U.S. reality show The Simple Life appeared. Do you remember what that was?
No.
Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie premiered on Fox.
Oh, okay. That's why.
Yeah, that's why I
Tried to block those things
have no
out.
idea what that is either. So.
You didn't miss anything.
We have several days today. Play basketball day. We talked a lot about basketball already.
All right.
State of Indiana is doing a good job playing basketball already.
I'd challenge Tanner to a game, but he'd still probably beat me.
Tanner's busy today. He's manning campus. We should do that sometime. Remote broadcast of basketball.
There we go.
Yeah, we can do it.
And see if I can live up to my promise that I can even make like 60% free throws. which still kind of bothers me. There's a certain IU player that still can't seem to make his second free throw. But you'll have to watch to see who that is. Trace Jackson Davis. National Bartender Day. It's Faux Fur Day. National Fritters Day. Fritters are good.
Yes, they are.
And National Mutt Day.
Okay.
Go home and paint your mutt.
Yeah. Yeah, a few of those.
So upcoming events. Rochester Downtown Partnership Holiday Stroll is tonight from 6 to 8 o'clock. Come visit Santa on the Courthouse Square on Main Street.
Yeah.
Went out last year. There were a lot of people out milling around, walking.
Oh yeah.
A lot of stores are open. You get some hot chocolates, some popcorn, things like that.
It's going to be a little warmer this year than it was last year too.
That's right. And probably hear some WRI music playing through the speakers in town.
At points, yes.
At points.
The Rochester High School band and the choir will be performing, and we will not be broadcasting any music during that time. But once they are done, we will
That makes
have
sense.
some Christmas music playing throughout the speakers during the holiday stroll.
Well, that's great. Very respectful of the school band programs, and
Absolutely.
they do a good job of that. And they'll be out, come out and just watch them too. You know?
Yeah.
You have some of your kids are in the band program, right?
Yeah, still in middle school, thankfully. But they plan to continue throughout their high school career in band, so they'll be doing this in a few years too.
So it'll be a neat night in town with the downtown partnership and the holiday lights. The lights are up on the poles and everything, and
Yep.
we hear the bands playing, get to see Santa. A lot going on tonight. Want to bring some flowers up. Fulton County Foundation conducted their Giving Tuesday event earlier this week.
Yes, they did.
Flowers to Rapid View again, because they offered to match $50,000 for the community fund and $5,000 for 5 other funds. Flowers to Rapid View for doing that, and flowers to everyone that participated in donating funds that would be matched, and for the Giving Tuesday event.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about some other opportunities of needs and giving in the community with our guests today. That was a good event for the Fulton County Community Foundation.
Yes.
Money news. The Dow was down a couple hundred points.
Yeah.
They're just numbers, right?
Yeah. Don't be scared by the numbers.
Yeah. Inflation rose in October, about in line with estimates. That's a little good news, it seems like. Sending a sign that price increases might at least be stabilizing. The Commerce Department reported earlier this week.
Okay.
Personal consumption expenditures price index, the gauge that excludes food and energy, that's favored by the Fed, rose 0.02% and is up about 5% from a year ago. And that's less than it was before. So
Yeah.
inflation stuff now.
Yes.
And speaking of Giving Tuesday, I saw this figure nationally. Giving Tuesday raised $3.1 billion in 24 hours for charitable causes in the U.S. earlier this week.
That's great.
It's a lot of money, $3.1 billion.
Yeah.
The event started in 2012 and celebrated its 10th anniversary.
Okay.
That's nationwide, so that's
Right.
we get local participation from our great community foundation. Going to go a little brief news about First Federal, then we'll get right to our guests. First guest will be Joyce Sroufe from United Ministries, talking about the Christmas Basket program. First Federal is open today from 8:30 to 5, tomorrow 8:30 to noon. You should check out our certificate of deposit rates now. We have some of the best rates offered in many years. And check us out online to get those rates, and you can even open the account online. So
Yeah.
it's a good deal. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We're FDIC insured and an equal housing lender, and their NMLS number is 399927.
And that makes us legal.
We're going to welcome Joyce Sroufe to the show today. She's a longtime supporter of United Ministries and the Christmas Basket program. Welcome, Joyce. Got some big events coming up now with the Christmas Basket program.
Yes.
Sorry.
We need big Christmas basket right now.
That's good. And You've been accepting applications for those, and that application period is closed, I think, right?
Yes, but I will take some over the phone if somebody wants to call me.
Okay, and who do they call to, or what is the number to call?
My number is 223-3563.
Okay, that's Joyce Sroufe.
My home phone. If I'm not there, leave me a message. Excuse me, and I'll call you back.
We're talking with Joyce Sroufe today from United Ministries and the Christmas Basket Program. You've been involved with this for a few years, right?
A few, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when my daughter was 2, and that'd be about 45 years ago, that we had the Christmas baskets at our nursery one year. Of course, it's grown since then, so it wouldn't be big enough now to do that. But anyway, I've kind of been involved with it ever since then. And I've been secretary of United Ministries for about 25 years. I'm not now. Now I'm just doing Christmas baskets.
That's your handful there, right?
Yeah, I scaled down.
So it's 50 plus years around at least, right?
Oh yeah, about, yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome thing. So tell us a little about what the Christmas Basket Program is, in case somebody doesn't, our listeners don't know.
Okay, well, it began as the food pantry, which is a supply of food for somebody that is in an emergency situation. And it has grown from there. We decided that people needed more at the holidays, and we decided to make it an application type thing so we knew how to get to the people's homes and be able to deliver. We used to do toys and for each child, and we have quit doing that. We have a lot of other organizations that do toys, so this year we're just concentrating on food. We're really going to fill them up with food.
So United Ministries really has 3 missions: the food pantry you mentioned, an outreach program, and the Christmas Basket Program really is kind of the third pillar of the stool.
Right. Yeah, we call it an umbrella organization, the United Ministries. So we've been able to help a lot of people in a lot of ways, but my baby has been this Christmas Basket Project for several years. So my daughter's helped me. My daughter Erin is my younger daughter, and she's really the brains of the outfit. She's the organizer. And my daughter Sarah helps when she can. She teaches full time. So, but we have the whole family work on delivery day.
Yeah, and I've seen the whole family out there actually, and
Yeah.
this is you've got a great number of baskets this year, approximately 115.
Right
at this
now
point
we
in
do.
time. And that's delivering food baskets. So
And each family, I mean, we talk about a basket, each family will get at least 3 boxes of food. The larger families will get more boxes. So if you want to help deliver, you could come out on the 17th, Saturday the 17th of December. We start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and bring your SUV or your truck and your manpower and load up and go deliver.
So
It's a rewarding thing to do.
you'll try to give, somebody that's volunteering like maybe 3 or 4 boxes in the same area so they don't have to drive
Yes.
all over the county. So
That's very helpful to us too, because there's some areas that I'm not real familiar with, and somebody will say, well, I know that area, so they'll take boxes to that area.
I know my wife and I have volunteered for this before, and it's a great cause, and it's kind of a neat thing to be able to drop off a basket at somebody's home and provide them some things that maybe they wouldn't have had before.
Right. And people are very grateful. Most people are, and we would get little thank you notes through the year for people that have been helped. And I run into people now that say, years ago, we got a Christmas basket, and it was the most wonderful thing. We needed it right at that time. So that's always fulfilling to hear.
So you have needs for drivers on the 17th, and that's
Yes.
at 8 o'clock at the fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And when I've been out there before, it's pretty, they have it marked off, so you just kind of go through an assembly line type thing. And
Yes, and we'll have a couple people there to direct too. We had people last year to direct, and they wanted to do that again, so we're going to have them, even though it's a little simpler this year. We're back in the Everett Smith building, the first
Okay.
building, so it'll be back to the way we used to do it. But the thing that we need is food, and we'll be at the fairgrounds starting on the 12th of December. And if anybody wants to bring food, that would be the day to bring it, the 12th and 13th.
What kind of things should people bring? Like dry goods, canned
Yes.
goods?
Dry goods and canned goods.
Okay.
Cereal and canned goods and even paper products. There's the Tops factory out here is going to do a paper drive for us, which is great. We're going to try to give some paper products to each family, since paper products have gone up so much in price.
Right.
And it might be a drop in the bucket for them, but at least it'll be something. But if you want to bring your donations out there the 12th and 13th, that's fine. If anybody wants to donate money, which we will need money to pay our food bill, it's Post Office Box 531, Rochester.
That's United Ministries, Post Office Box 531. Make the check payable to United Ministries.
Yes, and you put food pantry on the line if that's what you want to do, you know.
United Ministries does a great program. They help with utility and rent bills. It's also the Christmas basket program, and they have needs right now. So
Right, and the food pantry is an ongoing thing all year. We have changed our criteria for when people can get help at the food pantry. They can get help more often now than they used to be able to. So anything we have left over that we can't pack in a basket or isn't appropriate to pack in a basket, we will give to the food pantry. And that keeps them going for a couple months of the new year, which is usually their time when their donations are down. So,
yeah, we were talking a few minutes before we started the show today, and I was asking about what were some of the needs and United Ministries needs, and you mentioned prayers.
Yes.
Our families need prayers. United Ministries needs prayers.
absolutely. You know, it's been by the grace of God that we've been able to carry on this program all these years, and we hope to continue to help people. And this is the way we're doing it, and if it needs change, we hope that God lets us know how to change it. So, but
And I know you've been adaptable over the years because the program has changed a little bit here and there over the years. And
yeah,
now in its current form is just the Thanksgiving or the Christmas baskets, but that's what's needed in the community.
I guess that's what you have to do.
And adapt as you go along.
Uh-huh.
We've been talking with Joyce Sroufe from United Ministries. They're also supported by United Way, so give to your local United Way campaign because that goes into United Ministries and the Salvation Army too. So,
Right, the Salvation Army money is important, so put your money in the bucket.
yeah, and we'll be talking to them in just a few minutes. Anything else you want to add, Joyce, about the Christmas basket program?
I can't think of anything right now. I just, like I say, I'll take applications over the phone if somebody wants to call if they didn't get their application in.
And what's that number again, please, Joyce?
223-3563.
Okay, thank you, Joyce, for all the work you do in the community.
Thank you.
It's recognized and appreciated. You do a great job, and you and your family keep up the great work. Thank you very much. We'll be moving on now with the Salvation Army people at this show today.
Yeah.
They have Mark Spencer and Pastor Steve Hartman here from Salvation Army Bell Ringers.
All right. They're making their way in right now.
Making their way in right now. Pastor Hartman, welcome.
Why, thank you.
And Mark Spencer, thank you very much for coming today. We appreciate you being here today. You're representing Salvation Army Bell Ringers. We had Joyce Sroufe on from United Ministries. There's a lot of linkage between Salvation Army, United Ministries, the Christmas Basket Program. What's your feature today? What do you want to talk about today?
We need bell ringers.
Bell ringers, okay.
We need Alaskan bell ringers right now. It's a little cool there at Walmart.
Yes.
But Mark has done a great job of lining people up. I guess my main focus is that the Salvation Army is here to meet the needs of the folks in the area, in this area. And I moved here to Rochester in June, so I'm just learning, but I'm learning a lot that there's a lot of needs out there. We ran out of money in September for the year. So many people, so many needs.
There are a lot of needs out there. That's why it's important to support the Salvation Army. And the bell ringing campaign is like the primary source of funds.
It is.
And you're in 4 locations this year.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you to Smith Farm Store and the RP Store and Walmart and Kroger. They allow us to invite us to ring the bell in front of their store, and so that's been a huge blessing to us. And people of Rochester have been generous. They've given a lot of people just every time they hear the bell and go to the store, they put $1 in or $10 or $20, and it has been helpful. But yes, it's been a tough year. This year, people have lots of needs. Actually, 70% of the money that goes into the kettle comes back or stays in Fulton County. 10% of that also goes to other ministries or other things like disaster relief or some of the places.
Administrative costs, some of it.
Yeah, administrative costs. There's also several places where people go that are maybe addicted to medications or so forth, and are able to get help getting off of those. There's some good programs and ministries that are supported besides the ones here in Fulton County.
So working with United Ministries, you help emergency financial needs for people through the money raised through the kettles.
Yeah, I mean groceries, utilities, rent, clothing, sometimes medications, emergency stuff that people just have issues and it happens. And where do you go?
So everybody's seen the red buckets out there.
I hope so.
We need people to help support that and ring the bell, so to allow people to contribute for the red buckets.
And a shout out to the two young ladies at Walmart last night who were freezing themselves, going through Kleenex left and right. If you're just listening, way to go.
Yeah.
But we've also had some checks in there. I mean, we're looking for the soft stuff, but Krugerrands are okay too.
Yeah. Take anything.
Gold.
I know traditionally, I mean, a long time ago, you can always remember coins being dropped into the kettles because you can hear them. But now, dollar bills and 10s and 20s are just as well as needed, and they go a lot farther.
We've staffed each one of the buckets with a wooden stir stick like a paint stick so they can shove it down in there. We have gotten some checks of 3 figures anyway so far.
That's great. So if somebody wants to volunteer to ring a bell, what does a ringing bell shift look like?
Normally they're 2-hour shifts, and we are really in good shape at Kroger and RP store. Most of those are pretty well staffed. There's a few vacancies. www.registertoring.com is one place that people could go to sign up to ring. And Walmart, of course, is outdoors, and yet lots of people come and go, and it's a great place to ring. And the Smith Farm Store, there's a few openings there yet. Not even this weekend, there's a few, so that's a good place.
So December's a long month. We're only on the second day of December
Right,
right
we're
now.
still.
Well, we only go to the 24th.
The 24th. Yeah, that's
Only a
20,
couple weeks left.
20 plus days out there. So look to see if you have 2 hours of time then,
Or an hour.
or an hour. Yeah.
We'll work with you.
Especially when it's cold and all of that. Yeah, that's great.
And we find if you do a tag team, if there's 2 of you, even at Walmart, one can stand inside and get a little warm, and the other one can ring themselves.
Bring the hot chocolate to the other person.
Sure. Yeah, it's a good idea.
I was by Kroger yesterday and saw a couple of people from the bakery there ringing the bell, and that was great to see them there. And,
You were there at 10 o'clock, were you?
Yeah, I was.
Yes.
Actually. So that was Jackie Baker, her husband,
Yes.
were out there volunteering.
Yes.
So
And I started at 9:30 out there to get the bucket warmed up, of course. And the amazing amount of people who will stop and talk and talk about needs, and then people seem to kind of gather around. It's a social thing as well as a needs thing.
So everybody look to see if you have some time later this month to do some volunteering and go out and ring a bell. What is the website again?
The website is www.registertoring.com, and then you'll go through the process to find the openings and the list of the hours and times that are still open will be available on there.
And I would put up, there's a phone number you can call too, I don't have his number right handy.
Well, my phone number is 574-835-3613, and that's the number on there also. Mark Spencer, 574-835-3613.
And you'll put him on if they don't
I'll
want
get them on the list there,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah, and Mark, you're taking over that role this year, basically, right?
Yeah, that's been a new responsibility since I retired from the First Baptist Church back in April, and so got
Congratulations.
something else to do here.
Mr. Inyard did it for many years, and you're
Yeah.
taking over and filling those shoes a little.
Dick has really got some big shoes to fill. He's been great about helping us, nurturing us along,
Yeah.
reminding, you know.
Yeah, he's still helping a lot.
Yeah. I know he probably just doesn't walk away from anything, right? So thank you for what you're doing, and we have needs in the community. Salvation Army ran out of funds this year, and I know United Way supports them also. But now's a great time to dig a little deeper in your pocket, write that check, stop by one of the buckets in one of the 4 locations.
We also have about 14 kettles out on some countertops.
Okay.
They're little tiny things, you gotta almost look for them, but they are being used.
Maybe like at a gas station or something like that.
4th Street and,
I think there might be one at the First Federal Savings.
Oh, there is actually. Yeah. There is, yeah.
Testing his knowledge.
so on your way back in, never mind.
Well, I stopped by
Drop
South
that
Jackson
check
yesterday
in
too,
there
so
right away.
So thank you for what you do. We're talking with Mark Spencer, Pastor Steve Hartman, Salvation Army bell ringers. What better time of year to think about something? We had Giving Tuesday this past week with Community Foundation. Look around yourselves. There's a lot of needs out in the community that need to be met.
We're not the only ones out there that are hurting and have needs, but we're one of the ones that's at the ground level where people are the most hurting.
So if you have any questions, reach out to Mark Spencer. Happy to help you out. Check out the website for volunteering to ring a bell. And what is that one last time?
One more time, www.registertoring.com.
So you probably didn't hear our trivia question this morning. We'll let you play the game. Bet you one of you know, actually. The Salvation Army tradition of collecting donations was begun in San Francisco in what year? I have 4 choices. Let's give Paul a chance to work first. But 1891, 1901, 1911, 1921. Want to give them a clue or anything? Or?
I'm going to say 1911.
1911.
I'm going for 18.
Sometime right after the Great Earthquake.
1891?
Yeah.
Give you a high five there again, okay?
Mhm.
That's it. Salvation Army assists approximately 4.5 million people during the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays through their bucket campaign.
And we mentioned that some of the money does go to the big organization, but if Rochester would have some kind of an emergency or disaster, it would come back here.
And I've seen that happen in local communities in Indiana before with Salvation Army. It's coming like for Kokomo for tornadoes recently.
Yes.
So,
The where there's a need.
so thank you very much. Best wishes on your campaign. Everybody spend an hour or 2 out there. Everybody has an hour or 2 between now and Christmas to help Salvation Army to go ring some bells and raise some money.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you,
Todd.
gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Well, that's our show. Goose. We got words of wisdom.
Yes.
What you do today can improve all of your tomorrows. Ralph Marston, American Life.
These are really good words of wisdom.
Thank you, Goose.
Thank you, Todd, and we'll see you guys again next week.
Yes.
With those words